Hello, and welcome back to the Luke Bugbee Show. I'm your host, Luke Bugbee, and today we have a very special guest for you. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Christian. My mama did tell me I was a special boy.
Yeah. The specialist, Okay. So, very sorry. Due to delays, I know I said this episode was gonna be Project Hail Mary and Sunshine. Bit of a switcheroo on you. It's actually gonna be Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze arc, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are like basically the same movies.
Pretty close.
They're pretty close. Definitely like an inspiration. Okay, so let's just get started with it. Chainsaw Man the movie, Reze arc. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah,
Reze.
Reze.
Yeah. Okay. So this was Christian's choice, and Christian, why did he choose it?
I just figured it'd be like the biggest curveball. You're like not the biggest like fan of anime, so
Yeah.
I figured Chainsaw Man might get you the right step in the door.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate for people that don't know me in terms of like my relationship with anime. I like anime movies, weirdly. I love like the Miyazaki, the Satoshi Kon,
Yeah.
Akira rocks, but I've always struggled with anime TV series, so no.
Yeah.
This is my first anime show that I've watched all the way. Unless you count Avatar The Last Airbender, and I don't know if that counts.
That does not count.
Okay, that does not
It
count.
does not count.
The anime master, Christian. Okay. So what's your relationship with this movie?
So like the actual series itself, I started watching it because like I saw a bunch of hype on TikTok and everything. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out, and then watched it through. Feels a little like, I want to say gooner bait. And then I saw that there was a movie coming out. I was like, that seems pretty interesting. I don't know if I'll see it because like I enjoyed the show obviously, but like I don't know if I wanted to go see it in the theaters. And then I saw a bunch of reviews saying that people that never seen anime before might actually enjoy it. Mainly the most critical review of it. So you don't need a whole lot of like backstory on it. So I took my girlfriend to go see it, and she enjoyed it. Surprisingly, she only enjoyed the first half. She hated the second half.
I could imagine if you've seen the movie. It's funny. It is really like split into two distinct acts, and that's why you can kind of tell it was adapted from a manga in that way. Like a direct adaptation, basically.
Yeah, like the first half is like a whole bunch of like slice of life.
Yeah.
The second half is action just in your face.
Yeah, it's a big romance turned into like a massive like Terminator 2 almost. It's like going crazy in this one.
Just with a giant kaiju baby.
Okay, so I'll get into the crew of this. Director, Tatsuya Yoshihara. The writer of this was Hiroshi Seko. He is also known for a lot of you for being one of the co-creators on a very popular show called Attack on Titan.
Oh wow.
And the original writer of the show and the manga, Tatsuki Fujimoto. He also wrote a really wonderful movie from a couple years ago called Look Back. That I was a big fan of. It's only an hour long. You should check it out. Manga first came out in 2018. Show premiered in 2022. Movie came out in 2025. Good couple of years waiting for each one.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is my first time ever watching anything Chainsaw Man related. I didn't even know it was a real Chainsaw Man. If I was a dude with a chainsaw, I didn't realize you'd actually turn into one.
I kind of figured that was going to throw you off a good bit.
Oh yeah. It was definitely a really surprising show, and I hope Christian be happy to hear that I enjoyed it.
Really?
I liked it. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I I liked the show just fine, but the movie made me really understand the characters more and made
Yeah.
me appreciate the show more in like context, you know?
Yeah, that's the best part of the movie, because like, Denji as a character himself, he's didn't grow up with any family, grew up by himself with a little chainsaw dog. And so he hunts devils or whatever for money. And so he like, that one meme of like, or not meme, like clip from the Mickey Mouse movie where he's like doing like little paper thin slices of bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like a luxury tool.
That's like one of the opening scenes in the anime. It's
Yeah.
like, ooh, we get bread
Yeah.
tonight.
And I completely forgot about that part. And I was rewatching this movie the other day, and I saw the clip of him eating the flour, and I was like, oh yeah, he's used to that stuff, because like he couldn't afford food himself, so he's pretty used to eating flowers and stuff.
Yeah, he genuinely thought it was food. It wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't a bit or anything.
Yeah.
So it's a cool show in terms of how it approaches its characters, Denji. At first, I was honestly kind of put off by him as like a protagonist, and I kind of didn't really understand why we were following a character like him, who's like kind of his motivations are like so seemingly shallow. But then I watched a movie and I felt so dumb. I was like, of course they're shallow. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
It's like this young boy being like manipulated. And that's kind of what Chainsaw Man's really about at the end of the day. Like it's just about like a bunch of people manipulating like this poor helpless kid that had like no other shot in the world.
Yeah, he's never experienced love in his life, so he just like the second he has a girl interested in him, he just like head over heels immediately.
Yeah.
Like he even says it. Like the second I notice a girl's into me, I can't help but like them back.
And yeah, that's where Reze comes in. And she's a really interesting character.
Yeah.
That I mean personally, I didn't like buy it for a second.
Yeah.
But it still worked watching it.
Yeah.
And you did feel Denji, even if I like didn't trust her, you understood Denji's emotions, and you really did believe that he was falling in love with her.
Yeah.
Well,
like
kind of like Miss Makima in back in
Yeah. When she first goes into the telephone booth with him, I saw the grenade pin. I was like, she's definitely the antagonist. Like it's so obvious. Like he has a rib chain or whatever for his like chainsaw thing to like turn into it. She has just a whole grenade pin in her neck.
I know, but she's a really cool character, and I wasn't expecting what happened to her towards the end. I guess not getting fully into, we might get fully into spoilers a little bit later, but it was just shocking in terms of this character's actual relationship to Denji. And Makima is kind of like more of an antagonistic force.
Yes.
You'd say. I haven't read the manga. I'm not sure if you know much about the story that goes on.
I've never read the manga or anything, but like I've seen all my manga knowledge comes straight from TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. And from what I've seen and everything, she's like, I'm pretty sure she's like the main antagonist for next to the Gun Devil.
You kind of get that. That's not even like kind of a spoiler, because like you really think about it, and she is just sort of taking advantage of Denji as a character.
Yeah, immediately she does that, like when she finds him in the dumpster and stuff.
Yeah, and at a certain point watching this movie, I mean, she does have like her kind of positive moments, but most of the time she really is like a negative force for like everyone in the show. You talk about Aki for a second. I think one of my issues of like the anime the first time I watched it was I was thinking, why isn't he the protagonist? Now I don't think that. I think Denji's a much more interesting thematically as a protagonist, but Aki is still a really great character. A lot of depth to him.
Right. I honestly, when I first watched it, like, I don't know if you've seen Naruto, but I got a bunch of Naruto and Sasuke vibes from them, because like Sasuke in Naruto is like real moody guy. His whole family clan just got slaughtered and Naruto already has like his whole like family just dead,
Oh, okay.
like right as he's born, and so yeah. And Sasuke saw his clan die,
Okay.
and that's kind of the same thing with Denji and Aki, because like Aki watched his family die from the gun devil and stuff, and that's why he wants to hunt it down.
Yeah, and he also feels like partially responsible for it,
Right.
sending his brother into the home.
Right.
This is gonna be really confusing if you haven't watched.
Yeah,
the show.
it just sounds super like just like out of touch.
I'm sorry if you're like listening to this without having seen it. Okay, yeah, there's like devils. It's cool. It's a good show. Check it out.
It's so cool.
Mhm.
But there's another show that I kind of like put this with it.
Mhm.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Definitely watch it. Check it out. It's a great show.
One of the writers on Chainsaw Man I know worked on Jujutsu Kaisen. I forget
Yes.
who it was exactly. I don't have that in my notes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you know, there is some overlap in the departments.
Yes. But yeah, and Jujutsu Kaisen's so good too. I'll say that. But yeah, there's kind of parallels between it. They like have a whole like agency tracking down these like curses, they call them.
Mm-hmm.
And Chainsaw Man, they have a whole agency tracking down devils and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
the difference is in Jujutsu Kaisen, normal people can't see it. And in Chainsaw Man, like I didn't notice this until I watched the movie that other people can see it, because like they're having donations raised
Oh, yeah.
for like kids that have been affected by the devils and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is also kind of interesting because that's Aki. That's like his whole like
Mm-hmm.
motivation to track down the gun devil is because he's one of those kids.
That's a lot of people's motivation in the show. I remember that was
Yes.
like I forget, the two characters towards the end of the season talking with Aki, saying how they initially got into the agency as well because of how compelled they were to try and hunt down the gun devil. But it's just like kind of saying it's an impossible task, and I'm excited. I don't know. Do you know is this what the show is like leading to, or is this like something that happens in the middle?
The gun devil?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure because I remember I saw something about it like at the end of it. I know Denji gets pretty freaking crazy. You know? He actually meets his pretty good potential and everything, and he fights the gun devil. I know that.
Okay.
But I also remember that Makima is a pretty heavy antagonist.
Yeah, she already is in the show, but like people just don't realize it yet. And it's not like I wouldn't call it a flaw necessarily that you kind of already have like an idea of she's bad. I feel like you're already meeting the material right where it's at if you suspect her.
Right.
Talk about power.
How'd you like the bat episode?
The bat episode, that one was interesting. You know what? I'm gonna get into it right now. My list for the Chainsaw Man episode. I'm trying to do like a list almost every episode of the Luke Bugbee Show.
Yeah.
Per movie. We'll see if I can actually do that. For this one, I have all 5 of the arcs ranked that we've seen so far, like in the anime and in the movie. So not counting the manga, because there's 5 of them. Right. So number 5, I have the introduction arc.
Right.
Which is like cool. It's like good.
Yeah.
But like it just kind of gets the job done, you know.
Yeah, it's a good introduction. It does its job.
Zombie Devil's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number 4, I do have the Bat Devil arc. I liked it. I think I might like it more on rewatch if I ever rewatch it. Now that I'm more used to who Power is as a character.
Yeah. It's so funny because when I first watched the movie with my girlfriend, we were walking out, and she was telling me how weird she thought Power was.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, the lady with the horns was so weird to me. And I was like, funny you should say that. In the show,
much worse.
Yeah, in the show, okay, this is going to be some spoilers, but the show, she like manipulates Denji, which is pretty big theme in this show and the whole series, but she manipulates Denji to go get her cat because that's the only thing.
Yeah, Meowie.
Yeah,
this is the Bat Devil arc that he's describing.
Yeah, and so she manipulates him to go get the cat by bribing him with, I want to see 3 fondlings of her boobs.
Yeah, that's it. Mhm.
And I was telling my girlfriend that out in public, and two ladies that I saw in the theater with us watching the movie, I was describing it in front of her, so I wasn't like, I figured they already saw the show because they saw the movie.
Yeah.
But I was describing it to her, and she got so mad at me because I was talking about that part. And she was like, dude, we're in public. They can hear us.
It's in the show. Like
yeah.
No, yeah, so it's an interesting introduction to Power. I feel like you get to like her more as like she goes along. But
Yeah.
they introduce her, she doesn't change. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's honestly my favorite part is that out of all the characters that go through like development, Power doesn't change at all.
No, she does not. She stays exactly where she is. Like there's points where you think she kind of does change, but
Yeah.
it's for like the most superficial reasons. Okay. So yeah, that's my number 4. Number 3, I have the Katana Man arc, which is really cool. I think it peaks early though. That's the thing.
Yes, I totally agree.
I think like the actual way it culminates was like a little bit underwhelming,
Yeah.
but
I found the ending pretty funny.
it is funny.
They're just like jumping his butt and everything, and just like kicking him in the nuts.
It is funny, but the way that it starts out is like kind of some of the best stuff you'll see like in the entire show.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And so I really like that one. My number 2 is the Infinity Devil arc, which I don't know if I'm rating that one too high, but I just think that was like the most fun and like creative devil in like the whole series. I think my favorite episode of the show is when they're just like in the loop in the hotel. I just thought that was so much fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it'd be a bummer if they didn't recall back to it, but like I thought it was kind of funny that they called back to it in the movie.
Oh yeah.
When he's like picturing all of them in like lingerie and everything.
I know it's a good arc of the show. I think it's like some of the best thing that the show has done. But my number 1 is the Reze arc. I feel like it's the most complete. It really makes sense for it to be a movie. I can't really imagine anything else being a movie that we've seen in the show so far.
Right.
And even though it's split into 2 halves, it works really well.
It
It's like
works
one whole.
amazingly.
I've seen some people talking about how this movie specifically works a lot better than a lot of anime like TV show adaptations have recently, because like they feel a lot more episodic when this one really does feel like a movie.
Right. Yeah. I feel like the other one that could count along with this is Gurren Lagann. You should check it out.
What's it called?
Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an amazing show.
Okay.
But I haven't really checked out the movie, but I could like just watching the show, you're just thinking this would be so much better if it was just a movie. And then they did. they just put it into 2 movies and everything, but the message behind it is amazing.
Okay. I'll need to check it out.
And you know, like everyone always says he can't beat Goku though. And at the end of it, it's just like, what is Goku doing to that thing?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll check it out.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the other big anime movie from last year and kind of this decade so far has been Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And I think it was called Infinity Castle,
Right.
I believe.
Yeah.
That one was like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Research. And I'm really happy with the direction the Chainsaw Man movie took. And like it is indulgent in the fight scenes, I guess.
Yeah.
But it also kind of earns it by being as good as it is.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for them that they didn't like include like a bunch of filler. Like isn't much fat on this thing.
Right. My favorite part about this movie and the whole show is the animation. It's it's just spectacular to watch. You know.
And yeah, a lot of the same team from the original anime series into this movie, but they did redesign like a lot of it. And when the movie first starts, you get like so many like beautiful like establishing shots of the city, and like you just kind of, it's telling you that we're on a movie now. Like this is so much higher budget. Yeah, we're gonna be able to do so much more with all of this. It's really cool. the director of the action scenes, like the action stuff in the original show, was promoted to the director of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's why the action is like takes such a big focus on it, and why there are like some differences because he did work on the show, but not all of it. So it does feel a little bit different from the series, but it's still cool. Yeah, it works.
And the character development is amazing too.
The other thing that's fascinating, like, we'll get back to talking about the actual movie itself, but like as an artifact, the film was distributed by like Toho, Crunchyroll, like what you would expect, but also Sony.
Yes, I was surprised when I saw that. When I was in the movie theater, I saw the Sony logo, and I was like, "Is this like a trailer, or are we like in a different movie?"
No, exactly. I was so surprised seeing it, but then like you think about it, and anime is big now.
Yeah,
like it is pulling in money. I got the box office right here. Domestic 43 million, international 119 million, total $162.5 million box office gross.
Jeez.
Anime is like so much bigger now, and Sony is doing the exact right thing, like putting their eggs in this basket, because it's only going to get bigger.
It's only going to get bigger. The second people start finding out how like compelling the stories are and everything, I agree it's going to get bigger. And I remember back in the day, you used to get made fun of just for watching anime.
No, it's really come around in the culture. It's really interesting. Like Michael B. Jordan is like, he posts about Naruto on his birthday.
My favorite like interview clip is Samuel L. Jackson talking about how he likes to watch hentai.
I haven't seen that. You gotta send me that clip.
It's a really old clip, but
that's funny. That's funny. Okay, so Demon Slayer Infinity Castle came out before this movie. It was number 1 at the Japanese box office for a long, long time. But this movie came to number 1 for 6 consecutive weeks. Another movie came out a week after those 6 weeks. And then people, I guess, didn't like it because then it went back to number 1. But this actually debuted at number 1 at the box office globally, like even in America. And it was just a massive phenomenon. And I feel bad that I kind of missed out on it. So I'm glad that you picked this so I can finally like catch up with like a big cultural moment I didn't realize anime was having.
It's fantastic. And I encourage you, if there's like another good series that's having a movie come out, I encourage you to go see it.
Okay, yeah.
Because usually movies like this get better budget, better animation, and everything. So. And Demon Slayer itself already has phenomenal animation.
That'll probably be the next one.
I'd agree. Watch that.
Yeah, there's some that are a little overwhelming for me right now. Like, I know Logan Paul got into One Piece. I've been thinking about like jumping on that shit, but at the same time, like over 1,000 episodes.
I don't think you want to do that.
I don't. That's a little much right now. I'm glad I started here of Chainsaw Man. It's like 12 episodes, like 4 hours of content total of like the show. Knock that out easy.
Yeah, honestly, if I could recommend you to watch an anime for the first time ever, I'd say Gurren Lagann, because I recently watched it, and I'm positive it's not just because it's fresh in my memory. It's one of the best anime I've ever seen. Okay. So I would have recommended you that first.
Okay. So, I'll make sure to check that one out. What's it on?
It's on Crunchyroll. It's on Netflix. And if I remember correctly, it's on Hulu.
Cool. Yeah, I got a 1 week free trial for Crunchyroll to watch this Chainsaw Man movie. I got it through. I'll talk about this for a second. Beef with it a little bit. I watched the entire show subtitled. I did the sub. Wow. And I assumed that I would have that option when I watched it on Amazon. And they would let you watch it in Japanese, but the only subtitles were in Arabic. I got so mad. Yeah. So I just had to watch it in English and like pray to God that the dialogue wouldn't be mixed badly. Thankfully, it wasn't. So I was able to understand it all.
Honestly, in my opinion, Chainsaw Man has done a amazing job with the dubbing, with the English dubbing.
Yeah, I was nervous about getting into the dub, but it didn't distract me that much, like, at all, really. It just felt like more of the same show.
Yeah.
Maybe I think Power was a little bit different, I think, is the main thing, but
Yeah.
Power is barely in the movie.
Yeah, Power is just like, she's there for like the first like 5 minutes and then just like.
She's there for the first 5 minutes and the after credit scene, and then nothing else. You saw the after credit scene, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Okay. That's fair. That's he's waiting. Oh, I guess we're in full spoilers. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're waiting.
Yeah,
and then they strike down Reze and shit.
Mm-hmm. No, that was before.
That was before?
Yeah, the after credit scene is just Denji waiting in the diner, and Power walks in, and he's thinking about giving Power the flowers, but then he just decides to eat them. It's the whole post credits.
Yeah. I forgot about that because our girlfriend made me leave the theater before that happened. I was like, I don't think there's a post credit scene, but we should like stay and watch. And she was like, no, I want to get out of here. Okay, bro.
She wasn't. Oh, she liked it though.
She liked the first half. Okay, I thought the pool scene was gonna like throw her off quite a bit. But.
Yeah, pool scene was interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, like
it was tasteful.
It's tasteful. Mm-hmm. Like I thought it was gonna be Gooner bait.
Yeah, like, the show never really falls into that. Like
yeah, surprisingly,
it's kind of making fun of that. Honestly.
Yeah.
And like kind of the idea of like a 16-year-old boy being like so obsessed with like like lust, like that's all that consumes him. But the spider and the moth thing is really cool for like the pool scene.
I thought it was great imagery and like foreshadowing what's going to happen.
I mean, they're telling you basically at that moment, like I mean, the movie's like always on your page, like you know that Reze's evil, but like you know, we're just gonna show it to you, dog.
Yeah.
I'll say here's my one. I don't even know if it's a nitpick. There's a scene, like a montage of them like kind of running throughout like a market.
The festival?
Yeah, the festival. Yeah. And there's like the piano music that's playing over it.
Yeah.
There is a song by Aphex Twin called Avril 14th. And I am almost 100% sure that they put that music over it and said, make a piano piece that sounds like that.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, that's actually what happened.
Okay, yeah. I'm so certain. Because as soon as that scene started happening, I got taken out of the movie a little bit and started going Aphex Twin in my brain. But it's not that big of a deal. You know? It's just like a fun little thing I thought I could bring up. Yeah. Angel Devil. We didn't talk about them.
I was going to ask you, were you surprised when they were like, I'm pretty sure he's a dude?
That did take me by surprise.
Yeah. I remember I was watching it and in the theater and everyone just started laughing as soon as he was like, I'm pretty sure he's a boy too.
Okay. Oh, here's a question I have for you actually. When you saw it in the theater, was it subbed or dubbed?
It was dubbed.
It was dubbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if you go to watch it on Crunchyroll, it's automatically dubbed. So
okay. What was the crowd like?
The crowd, honestly, like average dude you would see on the side of the road, you know?
Okay. Was it like full or was
it was pretty full. It was full. Like when we went to go see Project Hail Mary a little while back. Mm-hmm. You remember how it was pretty full then?
Yeah.
I'd say it was a little more full then.
Okay, so like 80% capacity probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime's big. It's like crazy. I've been underestimating it this whole time, probably at my own peril.
Yeah.
I'm like missing out on like some big cultural stuff. Yeah. Now I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't get to see the movie in theaters. I feel like that would have been a really fun experience. Like when you get into it in the second half, especially, it's just one massive action scene. Like the last 40 minutes of this movie is just like straight one action scene.
Literally the halfway point where it turns into just straight action.
Yeah.
The second she bites off his tongue, the music changes immediately and just like you're thrown into the action.
Great moment too when
Yeah.
she first bites off his tongue.
Yeah, like I had chills running down my back.
Mhm.
Like I knew it was coming. I knew she was going to turn on him, but I didn't think she was just going to straight up bite off his tongue.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a great, like, shocking moment of
Yeah.
violence. And that's, like, something you would think that this show gets, like, because of how excessively gory it is the entire time, that you would get desensitized to the violence. But that moment really takes you by surprise.
Yeah, it really made me feel like
Mhm.
disgusted, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And you wouldn't have that if it weren't for the first 50 minutes of the movie being exactly how they are.
Right. I feel like having that in there was an amazing like
Mhm.
choice to do. You know?
Really well structured.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, you almost, but it is also in the back of your mind at the same time. If you're like,
Right.
when is the action gonna happen?
Right.
But you do like get into the story.
Yes.
The other thing that's always kind of on your mind when you're watching it though is Beam there?
Yeah.
I was
like the entire time I knew it, just Beam was just like stalking them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
with like shoot, what was his name? Not Torpedo. The giant baby thing.
Oh, but you can just call it Giant Baby. I don't remember.
Yeah, the giant baby like
Mhm.
creating all the like rain and everything. You knew that she started the first rain and everything. I'm pretty sure that's like how she got Denji to be in that telephone booth and stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, dang, I have every character's name written down in my little document except for that one. Beam, for people who have not seen the movie, you should go see the movie first because it's good, is
Yes.
a shark fiend. He's a fiend, right?
Yes.
That is Denji's assistant, or not assistant, partner for this movie,
Yeah,
replacing
because-
Power.
Yeah, because Power was getting her blood drained.
The movie, I missed Power watching it, but the movie would not have worked if Power was the
Right.
yeah.
I feel like she definitely would like. I wouldn't say jealous, but like at the same time, I would say jealous because like that's like the best way I can put it. But like she would be jealous of like Reze and stuff, and just like want to fight her.
She would have distracted from the narrative.
Yeah.
And like she would have been way more present. Beam is like noticeably absent for like
Yes.
chunks of the movie, not in a bad way, but because he's supposed to be like conspicuous, you know.
Yeah,
so
he's supposed to be hidden and stuff.
And Power is like always very loud.
Yeah, like in the show when they're first like walking around with her and stuff, they're on the rooftops because they can't like let her be seen and stuff.
They need to be conspicuous too, but it's less important for her. The horns do look weird to people, so that's why they try to hide her.
Yeah,
But you could think those are fake horns. You can't really think it's the fake shark fin.
yeah, I feel like that's a little hard to hide because it's just like
So it makes sense why he's
Yeah.
absent. And when he does like reemerge in the narrative, it's a very triumphant moment. And he rescues Denji from Reze after her first attack. It's really it's really fun.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that they had to be conspicuous because like Angel, they didn't have to be conspicuous because like the entire time they're like the devils are like the biggest problems, and I mean he's a devil but he looks like an angel, so it kind of seems like
People don't
saving
really
grace.
care.
Yeah.
It's an Angel is a very interesting character. I like I understand sometimes you'd rather die than go to work. But they are a very fun, interesting character. I don't remember, do they say in the movie out loud about Devil's power or the Angel's power?
Yes. So when they first introduce him, well, he's like Aki is telling him, you slow down. You just down 3 of those ice cream cones and stuff. It cuts to Makima telling him about everything that happened. So, in his home village, he basically killed everybody because his power is to drain away the life force of anything that he touches. So that's why, like, when they're like getting sucked into the giant tornado and stuff, Aki catches him by the hand because he made skin contact with him, and Angel starts freaking out and was like, "Why would you do that? You just took off some of your like life expectancy and stuff."
It's like half their life, right?
That little moment took away 2 months of his life.
Yeah, I remember it took away 2 months from his life, but isn't
Yes.
it like half of the life you have left to live? It takes away half of that.
I can't remember because I don't think he has a 4 month life expectancy because I know he makes a
Mhm.
contract with the Future Devil, and he also has the one with the Fox Devil, and using the sword also cut it down quite a bit. So I can't remember if his life expectancy was 4 years or less than that.
I don't remember. Yeah. Look, all I know is that I'm kind of in a bad time because Aki is my favorite character.
Yeah,
And he's like,
he was my favorite character too.
he's the only character that is 100% confirmed to die in the show.
Yes, like it's like you get a feeling everyone's going to die in the show, but like he's the
Mhm.
only one they constantly say he's going to die.
Mhm.
And
Which
so-
maybe that means he's not going to die, but also at the same time,
he's definitely dying.
he's dying.
He's definitely
dying. Like, the
dying.
future devil in the show literally says, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna live in your eye because your death is gonna rock, man."
Yeah, like it's going to be gruesome.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm nervous for my boy Aki.
Yeah.
Future devil. He was one of the more fun devils. I think.
Yeah.
I liked his design a lot, and that you had to stick his head.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a Princess Mononoke. I think.
Yeah,
Like the design of like with like antlers and like
Yeah.
a spirit creature.
I can see where you're coming from.
Mhm. But I think my favorite part of the show, maybe the movie too, is always just been the devils.
Yeah.
I love the way they sound.
Yeah, it's so like engaging, to be honest. Like just like the way they talk, you automatically know they're a devil. You
Mhm.
know, shoot, like when they first introduced the zombie devil, it's been a while since I've seen the show, but
Mhm.
wasn't he like being let in by like one of the like hosts or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can kind of tell in the voice that he's probably a devil. So
Mhm. But they have like this cool sound effect on their
Yeah.
voices that make it really satisfying, but also like kind of creepy to listen to.
yes,
You know, and just the design of them and just the concept of like almost everything in the world having their own devil. Just like it's endless opportunities for like
Right.
being able to be creative. Like the gun devil.
Yeah.
It's fun. Also, it's funny that they specifically note that the gun devil is an American creation.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, my favorite takeaway is that like Pochita, the chainsaw devil, is basically the cutest thing in the whole show,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like everyone's after his heart and stuff.
Have you ever seen that picture of Giancarlo Esposito holding the Pochita plush?
No,
It's really funny. It's awesome. I'll show that to you later. No, it's a really cool show, and I'm really thankful that. Well, actually, that I watched the show because I
Yeah.
remember we were talking about this episode before, and we were talking about the idea of me watching just a movie without the show.
Yeah.
So it'd be like kind of fun to see, like, oh, what would he think about it? And that might have been a fun episode, but I'm just glad for myself, I guess, that I watched the
Yeah.
show because
Yeah.
I ended up really enjoying it a lot more than I expected to. No
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah, honestly, like you see why I was like kind of like crapping on you for like not wanting to watch anime and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am expanding my worldview. Maybe anime can be good.
Like there's definitely some gooner bait out there. I'll say that. Like don't watch High School DxD.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember people telling me, "Oh, watch that." And I watched the first episode and said, "Oh, so this is what all anime is," and that's why
Yeah.
that's like partially one of the reasons I wrote off anime for a while.
Yeah, there is another one. I think it's called Golden Boy. It's an older anime,
Okay.
but I saw a clip on it on TikTok. I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And so I went to go check it out. First episode, he's like sniffing and licking toilet seats in the woman's bathroom and stuff. I'm like,
That's
bro,
rough.
I can't do this.
That's rough. Like, yeah, sometimes the Chainsaw Man stuff went like a little, like on my nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
I have like I wouldn't say like I'm a prude when it comes to stuff like that, but
Yeah.
there were points where it was definitely excessive.
Yeah.
in the show. Knowingly, it's like a bit of a satire.
Honestly, in my opinion, it's like the greatest depiction of a teenage boy. Like, honestly,
Yeah, I mean, they exaggerate it a bit, but you know, it works.
I don't know. When I was
Okay.
when I was like mid-teens, all I wanted to do was just touch some boobs. So
Yeah, well,
But-
you know, I remember the show being big, and we were in high school marching band together. I remember like so many people were talking about it like during the breaks. Yeah, I can see why teenage boys were relating to it so hard.
Yeah, like my favorite meme from it was just like a panel from the manga. It was just like him crouched down. Man, I just want to touch some boobs.
I had seen that meme before. I had no idea it came from Chainsaw Man.
Actually, that's what drove me to watch it.
Really?
I was like, hey, this is kind of funny. I want to see what it's about.
Oh my god, that's funny. No, yeah, I'm glad I finally saw it. I've always like kind of planned to watch it at some
Yeah.
point. I never knew when I was actually like gonna sit down and
Yeah.
watch it. What Demon Slayer probably next? Maybe Cowboy Bebop. Maybe
I thought you already saw Cowboy
I've seen
Bebop.
half of Cowboy Bebop, and I
'Cause-
stopped watching it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it; it was because like other things got in the way. It was-
Yeah, I've been in the same boat. Like I remember you were saying that you actually like Cowboy Bebop, and
Mhm.
so I've been watching it lately. I'm on episode 6 right now,
Okay.
and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I need to finish. Probably rewatch the ones I saw because I did like it.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah,
that one, Evangelion, probably at some point. That's like one people love. Like, I think I need to get through the show to get to the movie because everyone
Yeah.
talks about the movie as being like the greatest anime movie like ever.
yeah. I definitely need to finish watching it because like I remember I was watching like the first 2 episodes or whatever, and like Shinji is just like the most depressing person you've ever met,
Oh yeah,
and just like, and then I was scrolling on TikTok and then I saw just like people talking about the hospital scene, and I was like, I don't think I want to watch it anymore.
I know people are always putting out what like Evangelion on like those "you'll never understand my pain"
Yeah.
type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like one of the reasons I've been like kind of avoiding watching it, honestly. But
Yeah.
I think sometime this summer I'm just gonna buckle down,
Yeah.
get through all of it,
Me
you
too.
know, and enjoy apparently the movie, which is supposed to be peak. But Chainsaw Man, really good. I'm gonna keep watching the show. Stay with it. I'll happily watch another movie whenever it comes out. I don't know when season 2 is supposed to come out. Seems like they're taking their time with it.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was ever announced. So, but I'd say
Really?
if you have the time, watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay. Yeah. I think they gotta have like a season 2 because, like I said, movie, $162 million at the box office.
That's
It was
just
a
like
massive
money
hit.
left on the table at that point.
Yeah, if you're not making a season 2, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Man? There has to be like something behind the screen
Yeah.
for them to not make a season 2. But yeah, okay. I have covered just about everything in my notes. Any final thoughts that you want to share about Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze arc?
Not really, honestly. Well, no.
Okay.
No.
Shout out one more thing before we end it. This conversation about this movie. There's a really great scene earlier on. One of the reasons I assumed that you probably wanted me to see it, where Denji and Miss Makima go to 10 movies, or we go to a bunch of
Yes,
movies.
That's what I was going to talk to you about. I
Mhm.
was thinking about it. I'm not the biggest movie guy ever, but did you recognize like any of the movies?
I don't think it was. They played the Psycho riff at one point.
Yeah, because
But
I
don't
know that
remember.
like when they do stuff like that, they just rotoscope over previous movies, like that one show I was telling you about.
Yeah. Entirely possible it's rotoscope, but I did
Yeah.
not recognize the movie. But I was moved by something Miss Makima said when they were talking about it together. She said she watches a ton of movies and only 1 in 10 really means something to her.
Yeah.
And what, like 1 in 100 ends up being like something that actually changes her life.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk about my 1 in 100. All right. 1974. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my god.
Hate to spoil it already, but I'll just tell you right now, this is one of my favorite movies ever made. Director, Toby Hooper. Screenplay, Kim Henkel and Toby Hooper. Cinematography from Daniel Pearl. Editing by Larry Carroll and Sally Richardson. Cast, I'll get into it later. So, Christian, what did you think about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Holy cow, dude. They do not make horror movies like they used to.
No, they do not.
But on the other hand, they really do not make movies like they used to.
No, they do
That
not.
choreography was honestly terrible.
Yeah. I love it, man.
But the like one scene that like pissed me off the most is the very end. Is when the really skinny guy's hawking down the girl, and he's just running in zigzags because he's like,
Oh yeah, when he's running after him. Oh yeah, I love it because it's like into like the nightmarish like kind of logic of the movie. you
Yeah.
know? Like it really works for me in that choice. I understand like how it wasn't work for everyone, but
like
just
they're
does
playing
something
with
to me.
her, but like
Mhm.
you don't want her to get away. Just you're right there. Just grab her.
No, they're teasing her a lot with it. It's crazy. But yeah, they don't make movies. I mean, that's like the whole thing is that they don't make movies like they used to in terms of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
But they also never made a movie like this before it.
Yeah.
This is like something
Yeah.
that exists entirely in its own little world. Super
Yeah.
small budget. $60,000. That's like that sounds like a lot more than it actually is, but that's nothing for
Yeah.
a movie like this.
Especially with like inflation nowadays, that's what
Mhm.
like 180,000.
Yeah. Yeah. It had made 30 million at the box office.
Shoot.
It's like one of the most successful movies of all time. But you can tell watching it, that was the worst movie experience anyone ever had making a movie. In their
Yeah.
life. I'll tell you right now. It was bad. I've written so many more notes on this movie and its production than I will probably any other movie covered on the Luke Bugbee Show. Because this is an evil.
Yeah, I will say this. The first kill scene
Mhm.
took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And like I saw him come out and I thought, oh, he's just gonna play with him a little bit and then kill him. No, he just straight up hammer to the head. And I was
Mhm.
like, what the hell?
Every single character except Sally who gets away is killed instantly.
Yeah.
Like everyone, every
I'm-
single one of them.
That was the most surprising thing ever. And one of my biggest pet peeves is like he took so long to turn on that chainsaw.
Oh, he did, but it's funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like,
at the same time, when they're walking out at night with the flashlight and stuff, he's like, hold up, I think I hear something.
mhm.
And he just immediately gets chainsawed right and everything.
Mhm.
And just like,
But you know, that was a real chainsaw.
yeah.
And so like they couldn't like keep it too close to the actor because I think he said it got 3 inches away from
Yeah.
like the guy's face.
Yeah, like you can tell they didn't want to like hurt each other. And so they were just like super far away. So he's just like swinging it kind of like,
Yeah, that's why a
Yeah.
lot of it is like kind of further away, and like it always
Yeah.
seems like he's getting closer, and
Yeah.
then like it's a bit of an edit, and then she's gotten like a bit further.
yeah.
But it's kind of like for their own safety, and that's the one bit of safety that it seems like they cared about in the production
Yeah.
of this movie. So I'll tell you. Okay. There's so many crazy facts about this movie. Month-long shoot. 7 days a week.
Jeez.
16-hour days, and they didn't wash any of the clothes once, including the mask and everything he wears, because they wanted to make sure it stayed consistent. And so he had to wear that mask 16 hours a day for a month without washing it.
That is terrible.
Evil movie. Like, I love this movie. It is the most evil, like, backstory.
Yeah.
When you see her running through, like, those bushes and, like, she's getting hurt, they're really scratching her.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way to fake it.
Like that was, I can tell that was real.
Mhm.
Like she was definitely getting scratched up by
She
those
was-
bushes and
Oh
stuff.
my god, dude. And like, okay, when she's feeding the blood to Grandpa, this is spoilers. You've probably seen it. Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre. Like everyone, like
Everyone has to see it, but like I mean,
yeah, even if you haven't seen it, like you kind of have like some idea of
Yeah.
it. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's like one of the best movies ever. Okay, so the part where she's feeding the blood to the grandpa, They couldn't get the fake blood right, so they just actually cut her.
Really?
Yeah, they actually cut her.
And did the grandpa like actually suck it out of her? What the hell?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching that scene. I was like, oh my gosh, that fake blood actually looks so real.
It's real blood. All of the animal bones in the room, those were real.
Really?
All of it was real. All of the blood
Jeez.
splattered. There was like a slaughterhouse nearby, and they would just break in and like steal bones off of the floor, and they just like scattered them around the farmhouse.
Well,
It's crazy. And then they actually got like loans of the blood from the slaughterhouse. They were like just dripping everywhere. Evil movie.
so was it the same thing when he cut his hand open in the van? Like,
I think that was fake, actually.
Okay.
But that's a rough scene.
That was definitely a rough scene. Like when he cut open the dude in the wheelchair's arm. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I just saw it last night.
What is it? I'm forgetting.
Franklin, yes, Franklin. When he cut open his arm, I was like, I can't do that.
No.
Like I've had that happen to me before with my arm cut open and stuff. That just like watching it, just like.
Well, I remember the first time I watched this movie. It was with my dad. He had never seen it, and he had an idea of what the movie was in his head because we thought it was just gonna be like kind of a fun like 70s throwback.
Yeah.
By the time we got to like just meeting the hitchhiker, we looked at each other. He said, "This is not what we thought this was gonna be." Because even though it's like all heightened, it feels really real.
Yes,
You
it feels like you're actually there in the movie with them.
Mm-hmm. It's because like they shot it on 16 millimeter. It's like a really kind of inexpensive way to make it, but they just made the most out of it, and it feels like you're watching stuff from like a real, almost documentary. You know, I remember my uncle. He talked to me about it. He saw this movie for the first time at a drive-in, like when it came out. And he said when he saw it, and he talked to a bunch of people after, it felt like it came from a different planet. Like this was something that no one had ever seen before. And I'm going to tell you, I love this fact. The craziest fact about this movie when they made it, there's almost no actual like on-screen violence in it.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of it is like kind of kept off screen or just like implied. They did that because he thought this movie was going to get a PG rating. If you've seen the movie, you know how absurd that is.
That is not a PG movie.
He thought it was going to be rated PG when he submitted it to the MPAA. And they said this is going to be rated X when they first saw it. And so he cut out like some of the more gorier scenes. We didn't even see the goriest stuff in the movie. Yeah. And then they gave it back. He said, "Okay, it's R." And he said, like, "But there's no actual violence in it." And he said, "Even if there's no real violence in it, this is such an upsetting and disturbing movie. It has to be rated R. It can't be rated PG."
Like, honestly, one of the things that shook me the most was the couch.
Oh.
With the human bones on it and everything, that honestly shook me like to my core. Honestly, like watching it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but just that, honestly, just realizing it afterwards, that was just cope. I was definitely shook by that thing.
This is one of my favorite movies ever, and as much I don't think I could ever actually watch it in the theater. Because I have like such like a physical reaction to this movie that I feel like I would like not handle it in the theater. Yeah. Like I watch this movie, I think I watch it every 5 years because like it has like such a crazy impact. It's so awful and disturbing. That this time around I watched it. Massive mistake. I had like a big meal beforehand. Movie ended. Went out, threw up. I was like, I could not handle it. I was like, oh my God, this movie is just so nasty. There's something about it. That's like even the opening narration, which is I have it written right here. Opening narration of the movie was by actor John Larroquette, Emmy Award winner for the show Night Court. And he was paid in marijuana. They just don't make it like they used to.
They definitely don't.
It's like, bro, I'll give you like 10 joints if you can just like read this narration real quick.
Oh, that's crazy, honestly.
Almost everyone in this movie had like, they were like commercial actors. Like they did commercials. They did like very, very little stuff.
Yeah.
And you can tell. Not in like a bad way in terms like they're giving bad performances, but it's like, these are people that only exist in this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, honestly, just watching it kind of gave me, in a way, it gave me Good Will Hunting vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, low budget, felt like it was a school project, to be honest, and they were just going all in for the, like, shock factor, you know?
It's like they're really proving, it's like they have something to prove and make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because, fun fact about Good Will Hunting, it was Matt Damon's junior year, like, just theater project.
Yeah, that's
or
crazy.
film project, and just like it turned out to be such a good script. They had a literal bidding war like between a bunch of companies and stuff because that's how good the script was to them.
Yeah, I mean that's a well-written movie too.
It was an amazing movie.
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw has like a similar thing. He's in his mid-20s when he made it. I believe this is his first like feature film, like big one. He was a cinematographer for like documentaries and like news stuff.
Honestly, you can feel that in there. It feels like a documentary.
Yeah, you really can. But it's like because he worked in the news like so like hands-on with it.
Yeah.
And he saw how much violence and blood there was in the media that they were just like taking advantage of and being like really exploitative when it came to that in like the news. And he wanted to make a movie all about that and how like we kind of are meat and how everything that we know is like kind of a lie. And it really is the most no one here is actually special movie that you'll see.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that she survives, it's just like by coincidence.
Honestly, yeah, she was the last person I was going to expect to survive.
Yeah.
Like, to be all fair, I thought Franklin was going to be the one that makes it out of there.
No.
Yeah,
I thought that too when I first saw it. And then I thought about it after. I was like, well, how would Franklin have actually made it out of there? He was kind of doomed.
I was like, they put him in a wheelchair. He's going through all of this crap and everything. And like, he has to be the one that makes it out of there because he's just like, worst day of his life. He's getting cut open by like some random crackhead on the side of the road.
It is the worst day of everyone's life. Man.
Yeah.
Even Leatherface is probably not having like a very good day. Like,
yeah. Honestly, it was kind of funny just seeing him get beautified for that final dinner.
Yeah. There's a lot of fan like people talking about, you know, like that could mean symbolically. It's interesting. You can read into like a bunch of different stuff for this movie. It's very political in like a way a lot of horror movies aren't. You know, because like he made this movie after Watergate and like all the Nixon stuff and after Vietnam, and like you can tell there's that like anger and resentment towards America and like what it means in like the text of the movie, and you're just watching it. It's a hateful movie. It's one of the closest things that have ever made me like really think about being a vegetarian was like watching this movie. I mean, like, dude, meat's pretty messed up. This is awful. It's like that is like the whole thing. Is it's just supposed to be one slaughterhouse?
Yeah, and I think it's just like, just me growing up on like a farm and stuff. I raise my own cattle and stuff to just eat them and everything. And then I take them to the slaughterhouse and everything. I don't process the meat myself. I'm terrible at that stuff. But just watching it, I was like, yeah, a lot of what they're saying is pretty true. And then the guy came in and he was like, no, this way is so much better. I was like, no, it's so much worse.
Oh, but that's such a great scene. Though,
yeah.
Isn't the hitchhiker just like
that
dude.
Was the most like disturbing part,
really?
Honestly. That just the hitchhiker, because like just thinking you're being a good person, you're just trying to do some good, trying to be nice, and just like pick up a hitchhiker, help them off on the side of the road. Because to be honest, I've thought about it a couple of times. I've seen some hitchhikers on the side of the road, and then just like the only reason why I never do it is because like
Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. I'm gonna get cut open by some razor blade or something. They're gonna steal my car. But yeah, just like watching it, it's so realistic. Just because like how many crazies there are out there nowadays.
Yeah, you really feel into it, and like you're trying to do something nice, and then all of a sudden you just get this evil unleashed upon you, and you don't have any say in it.
Yeah.
I think that one, and when she like escapes, and she's talking to a Drayton, older man for the first time, and that realization that he's in on it.
Yeah, that was
scary.
heart crushing, honestly, because like he's trying to comfort her and everything. He's like, "I'll go get the truck. I can take you to safety." And I saw him take out the sack. I was like, "What's that for?" Oh, he's just giving her a coat. Oh no, that's a potato sack.
Yeah, you just realize it in real time.
Yeah,
and like there is like a dark comedy thing to it.
Yeah,
where like you can like look back on it and laugh, but like when you're watching it, at least when I'm watching it, I'm taking it so seriously.
Yeah,
like when he takes that broom, I'm genuinely just like horrified of what he can do with that thing.
Honestly, I thought that was so funny.
It is funny.
I thought
I get it.
Yeah, he was like, just like them trying not to hurt each other. He's just like lightly smacking her in the face with the broom. I just thought it was so funny. And I was like, she has a knife. Just like stab his ass.
Yeah, she can, but for some, like, I don't know. I feel like it's well directed in a way where it actually makes you feel like he does have the power in this scenario, and just the way he keeps beating her. And like he's playing with his food too, and the way he gets mad at the hitchhiker and Leatherface for like saying that they're tormenting her.
Yeah,
like, dude, what were you just doing? like he was just going.
Yeah, you comfortable down there?
That family scene. Oh, also Hammer, real Hammer.
Really?
Yeah, and they were really doing that to her.
Seriously?
Like not in the head. But like he was doing it like lighter, but yeah, that was real. It was real. It was a real hammer, and he said the actor was just saying like, yeah, I was just kind of aiming more towards the floor, just like be safe.
Yeah,
you feel so bad for this woman. Marilyn Burns is her name.
Yeah,
one of the great screamers in movie history, in my opinion.
Yeah, they fed into it quite a bit. Just like honestly, that last little bit of the movie is just her screaming.
Yeah, the whole time. Half hour is just screams and chainsaw noises,
and just like close-ups.
Her eyes.
The eye shots are honestly my favorite part of the film.
Yeah,
it's so amazing.
I don't even know how like you could do something like that. Like, nowadays, like it's just so incredible to watch. Like that entire. Yeah, the entire dinner sequence, that's my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like unbelievable what they're able to accomplish.
Yeah, honestly, the dinner scene, just like when the hitchhiker's just like mocking her and stuff, I was just like, bro, just shut the hell up, man.
Oh my God. Oh, dude. Yeah, when he takes off like the mask or she takes her out of like the she can see all of a sudden, and she sees who it is, and she just like lets out like this wail, even though she's like she's gagged.
Yeah,
the expression on her face is just one of the saddest things.
It's just like it's just an expression of betrayal.
And he says like, I thought you were like going away.
Yeah,
you know? I don't remember the exact line, but it's an awful moment when you see what this deeply disturbed.
Yeah,
but they were all like kind of betrayed in their own right by the American dream.
Yeah,
they were all like let go, and that's like one reading into it is they were all people that were just kind of living their life until the world told them they weren't needed anymore. And so they had to find a way to survive on their own.
Yeah,
and that way it's empowering that they're killing people and eating. But it is like interesting to think about in terms of like how far society can like push people to go.
Yeah,
and how it is like objectively evil what they're doing, and they're like spreading evil, but you know it all comes from somewhere.
Yeah, and just like I'll say this, like in the movie I recommended you, I said that Reze, just seeing the grenade pin, I immediately knew she was going to be a bad guy. When they go to the gas station, he's like, oh no, we're out of gas. The shipment comes in the afternoon. I was like, they're definitely a bad guy.
Yeah.
Just like automatically they're trying to keep him in there and just like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to die.
I know, but you spend like the first chunk of the movie really kind of wondering, when's the chainsaw coming?
Yeah.
Like, how is this? What's actually gonna happen in this movie? Because it is like a really strong title, like
Yeah.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I
Yeah.
know they were workshopping a bunch of different titles for it.
Yeah.
I know like one it was apparently originally just gonna be called Leatherface, which is it's a great name for the character. I don't know for like the actual movie.
Yeah, because like it's more than Leatherface doing it.
Yeah.
So.
It's so evocative, the title.
Yeah.
And like, it's blunt but very real, very scary, and like kind of so confident in itself and how terrifying it is. It loops around back to this actually being scary again. It's like kind of the movie itself,
Yeah.
Like, you rarely see movies this aggressive of what they are.
Right.
And
honestly, the whole time I just felt bad for Franklin.
Yeah. Every part of Franklin's day sucked. Like he got cut. He then like got bullied by all of his friends.
Yeah.
He lost his knife.
And like it's so funny because like they're going exploring the house that's Franklin's like grandfather's or whatever, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Sally's.
Yeah, and he's just like he's kind of just cooked.
He really is. They just leave him downstairs.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, and the entire place is not wheelchair accessible.
No, it is not. It is not.
He's just trying to make his way over there.
I know. He's like talking to himself the entire time. He's being like, well, let's go on the trip, have fun.
Yeah. And then the entire time, he's just like, he's not even included in the trip.
Yeah, he's like, I have one thing, and it's the flashlight.
And then just like every time they ask him for something, he's always willing to help them. And that's kind of like a...
Except when it comes to giving away his flashlight. That's like the one thing.
But like at the same time, that was his way of saying that I'm going to come with you. Just make sure you're okay.
He really shouldn't have come with her.
Definitely
like,
not.
He really should.
That was like probably the only way he's going to survive.
Yeah. As if he just like kind of stayed there. But
yeah.
At the same time, like, how could he have gone for help?
I mean,
like, what could he have done?
Yeah, he could have just like gotten in a big old bed sheet, just like wind sailed down the street. Because he ain't moving that far on his
It just
big
turns
fat
into Home Alone for like. There's all these booby traps.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just
Super,
like just like the first scene of him just trying to take a piss in the can, and then just like immediately getting blown over, and just like getting cut up. It's just like you already know he's just getting screwed over the entire time.
Yeah, it's a really crazy way to start the movie in terms of like not taking it too seriously, but at the same time, there's still something like creepy about it.
Yeah, like honestly, I had some like off-putting vibes by him. I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was gonna be Leatherface.
Yeah.
Like he was just gonna get pissed off and start hacking him down.
No, I could see that. It's like the way the movie starts with that narration. The body is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And then, like actually meeting the characters for the first time, nothing feels right.
Yeah.
It's one of the most off-putting movies I've seen like ever in terms of just like you are not supposed to be watching this. This is something that happened to people.
Yeah.
And it didn't. That was a thing. We were talking about it beforehand. Is that he said that this is based off of a true story. It's not.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that. I felt like the best way to make something scary is just like saying it happened in real life.
Yeah.
So it can happen to you.
Yeah, they did the same thing. This isn't like out of the realm of possibility of happening. Like,
no, it definitely could happen.
Yeah. Maybe the undead grandpa, probably not.
Yeah.
But, that it really does add to it though.
Yeah.
Like you feel like that should be like a problem with the movie that doesn't feel realistic, but it really isn't a problem. It like fits in so beautifully.
Yeah, it makes sense because like honestly, I feel like it's kind of in the same place as Leatherface. He was just like he's wearing a skin suit. Like it just feels like he's wearing a skin suit.
And nothing about the logic of the movie ever feels like it's broken.
Yeah.
Like you never like leave the narrative to like think about like, well, that doesn't really make that much sense. Like that often really, you're just in it and for like 80 minutes and then it's over. And then you kind of have to carry it with you for like a good while.
The only unrealistic part I felt about it was them not just hauling ass away from the hitchhiker when they like kicked him out.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could say that. Well, I mean, I think he was like kind of trying to, but it isn't like the greatest van.
Yeah, that makes sense. Back then, they weren't having exactly the fastest 0 to 60 times
No,
with the
no, they were
vehicles.
not. It takes place in what, 72? Was it? I forgot when it takes place. It came out in 74.
Yeah. I was going to say it happened in 74, but no, that was when it came out.
I don't remember when it takes place. It doesn't really matter that much, I guess.
Yeah, because like if it ain't a 69 fastback, it ain't going anywhere.
But, you know, it's just crazy that all that happened because of, what was it, Saturn in retrograde?
Zodiac signs are real.
Yeah, it's a great way to start the movie. Also,
Yeah.
like that's one of the first like bits of dialogue that you actually get in it. Not a
Yeah.
very talky movie. Not like
Yeah.
not a quotable.
Yeah.
You get talking about Saturns and retrogrades. So like everything's gonna be kind of weird for the day. Like it sounds cornier than it actually is because it really does make you feel like, well, stuff can just happen.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any
Yeah.
say over like anything that ever happens.
Yeah, honestly, just like it always feels like there's an invisible force behind everything. But
And like that's it. And like the last scene, all she can do is just laugh at what happened.
yeah.
And it's like a scream laugh while he's like dancing with the chainsaw. He's
Yeah,
like,
I thought that part was kind of funny, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's just like, it's like a toddler throwing a tantrum.
it is. That's the
Yeah.
whole thing. Is that he's like, I mean, he's deeply like mentally ill.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, and he's just like doing that with the chainsaw because he doesn't know what else to do. It's all he's
Yeah.
been like supposed to do his entire life is just
Yeah.
operate this chainsaw, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
His brother's dead.
Yeah. Honestly, the funniest part of the movie was when the trucker throws a wrench at his head.
Yeah. Quick thinking on that guy's part.
Yeah, I was like, he grabs the wrench. What is he going to do with it? Or
Mhm.
like, they could have just driven away.
Yeah, you kind of think that. I don't know exactly why they couldn't have driven away.
Because like, he wasn't going through the door with the chainsaw.
He might have been able to. I feel like he could have been able to
It-
stop it, and like, you know, the truck was already like so stopped that would have been like taking a bit for it to get back up and
It
going
takes a
again.
while for it to get back up and going, but like, just watching him just like cut the door a little bit, he was just scratching it.
Mhm.
So like, he definitely could have just driven away.
He could have, but he could have also just like changed his strategy a little bit, like aim a little bit higher and you get the guy's face because like the window
Yeah.
was down.
It was down?
It was down.
Oh, yeah.
And so
That's
he
right.
kind of needed to get away at that point,
But, like-
and also, you know, get that sick wrench in the head.
Yeah. He could have just trick shotted his ass.
So yeah, I think like that makes sense to me in like
Yeah.
watching the movie. And then I mean, you kind of need that ending with her in the back of the pickup truck because it's just one of like the great endings.
Yeah, it's like the best way you can make it realistically feel like it actually happened. Because
Mhm.
like, it's making a movie about it. And if there's no survivors, there's no way of telling the story.
Mhm.
So you have to have at least one survivor to
but
tell you what happened.
then you think back to the narration, and
Yeah.
it says like, even at the survivors, they didn't survive.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna be permanently altered by this experience.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of the most awful things that she could ever go. Any one person could ever go through.
Yeah, and she's going to suffer from PTSD for the rest of her life.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that don't think PTSD is like that bad of a thing, or like it's not really that realistic. It 1000% is.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, because like my dad, he's a police officer and everything, and
Mhm.
he suffers from PTSD like crazy because he used to get calls to go assist in car accidents and everything, and just like the gore he would see there was just terrible.
That's just awful.
Yeah. So just like that type of experience is just horrible to go
Mhm.
through and everything. So
Yeah, especially when it's like, I mean, just for her, like, no one had any idea. She was like going on that trip to make sure that her grandpa's burial was like,
Yeah.
remained,
yeah.
and now she has to bury all of her friends, including her brother.
Yeah. I mean, if they didn't get eaten already.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, there's just so many things to talk about.
Yeah.
The hook in the back.
Dude, oh my God. That made me feel so like gross and
I
everything.
know. Like I know some people say that's not realistic. Like, brother, who cares?
it-
It's like,
It 1000% is realistic.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
like 3 times her size, so he's gonna throw it around so easily.
Mm-hmm.
And just like putting a hook through your spine, you can't walk after that.
No, you can't.
You get damage to your spine, you can't do anything about it because it's like such a foundational part of your body. And just like her weighing herself down on it, your rib cage is going to hold yourself. Your rib cage is really strong, but like it just like there's a force pulling you down. Your weight's pulling you down, and so it's just agonizing because it's just a hook just being driven through you the entire time and no letting up. And you can see her trying to pull herself out of it. You can't do that on a stainless steel hook. You can't get a grip out of that. So
and you're genuinely feeling it when you're watching it.
Yeah. Like I had a shiver down my spine the entire time.
Yeah. I don't consider myself like kind of like an empath when it comes to like pain in movies, but almost everything in this movie I actually feel. I
understand that so much.
It's just crazy that this movie's able to do it.
Yeah. With such a low budget too. It's amazing.
But it's just so weird at a movie like this, like nasty and disturbing, is just as big of like a cultural touchstone as it is. Yeah. Where, like people are expected to have seen it.
Yeah.
And like you watch it and you're going like, this is like an American classic that like everyone has seen. Like you go to your family members like y'all have seen this? Like this is like some really messed up stuff that goes down in this movie.
Like with how big the internet is and everything, like honestly, you've probably already seen so much gore because like like in middle school, you would have a friend come up to you and be like, yo, watch this really funny video, and it's just like someone just like blowing his head off.
Well, was it like the Gauntlet? Or that, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but like
where like you have to watch all the disturbing videos in a row.
Yeah, and then there was also like that one Facebook Live where he like blows his head off and everything. Oh, terrible feeling.
Yeah, we as like a generation, Gen Z specifically, older ones like a little bit, but like not as much as us, have already seen like so much disgusting violence.
I feel like back in the day, like the only time you're seeing that type of stuff is like if you experience it yourself or just like Vietnam veteran.
Yeah, in the news kind of, but not nearly as like.
But like they desensitize a lot of it.
They desensitize a lot of it, but they also play up a lot of the idea of it.
Yes.
More so than like now, kind of. And that's about the same actually. I'll take that back. They like can't show it to you, but they need you to keep you watching, and so like they really try and like play it up, which is kind of what the movie's about.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, the fact that we have seen our living a generation that has seen so much violence is one bad. But two, the fact that this movie like is still as effective as it is.
Yeah.
Even on younger generations, just proves like how timely it is. And there was like some reviewer, I forget who, I was talking about how you know how like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs still hold up?
Yeah.
And they hold up now to a point where like these are always gonna look good.
Yeah.
The fact that Texas Chainsaw is still as disturbing today, it's just always gonna be like that.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Like even if it just they're not beating the crap out of each other like that hard and stuff, it's still disturbing. Like you can still feel it. Like a little broomstick to the head, that's still gonna hurt.
And just like the laugh he's doing, and like the way it's shot on top of it, and
the
crooked
teeth and everything.
Yeah, Marilyn Burns, it really is like one of my favorite horror movie performances ever, because she's just doing so much. Like she barely has any lines of dialogue. There's like, I don't know. I saw this movie with my dad. There's only like one thing we ever quote from each other from this movie. It's just "Get him, pa." It really is just no like quotables in this movie at all. It's just all like primal screams.
Yeah, and just like I feel like the one like touch up they could have done like that would have made it even more disturbing was if at the end of it she did like a silent scream. Because like her vocal cords are just like ruined from all the screaming.
I could see that.
I feel like that would like make it even more like touching and stuff.
I like that she's laughing though.
Yeah,
that
too.
It's rough.
Yeah,
and it's just like one of the most like disturbing movies really ever made, honestly. And like you don't really expect it when you watch it because it's like kind of such a classic. But like Halloween is like scary, but it's not like as scary as like some stuff other things, you know. But
it doesn't feel as realistic as this.
like you watch Texas Chainsaw, it still feels so real.
Yeah.
And like you're surprised with like how much, how it's adored by the public still.
Yeah.
So that'll transition me, I think, until this next list that I have. So there is this poll called the Sight and Sound poll of the greatest movies of all time. What they do is that every 10 years, they poll hundreds and hundreds of critics for their 10 greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
And they compile that list into like a giant 250, I believe, best movies of all time. And it's kind of like the most definitive version of that list.
Yeah.
There's a critics version and then there's a director's version. The critics one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre did make the cut for the top 250 best movies of all time.
What's it ranked at?
It is ranked at number 118, tying with The Thing, The Conformist, and Aguirre, Wrath of God, which are all great movies. And so what I thought would be fun is I went through the whole list and I wrote down what are the top 10 highest ranked horror movies in the Sight and Sound list. So I'm just going to read that off to you right now. So this is going to start out with a tie, actually, or number 10 and number 9. Both got the same amount of votes. Vampire, which is like a silent horror movie, and Alien from Ridley Scott. And then after that, number 8 and number 7, that's also going to be a tie, which we just talked about. The Thing and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So 7th best horror movie of all time, according to Sight and Sound. Number 6 is Don't Look Now, which I counted as a horror movie, which I also, you know, it's kind of debatable.
Yeah.
I'll show that movie to you at some point. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
It's like half drama, half horror, you know.
Okay.
So it's not hard to tell if that fully counts. Number 5, Jaws, which is just, you know, all-timer.
Classic.
Number 4 is Get Out, which is like the most recent addition to the list, but I think is really great. Don't know if I'd have it at number 4, but like number 10, I feel like would be appropriate, you know?
It's definitely up there.
Number 3 is The Shining. Self-explanatory is The Shining. Same with number 2, which is Psycho. And number 1 is, I kind of wasn't sure if I should count it. It's called The Night of the Hunter, which is since my sophomore year of high school, I've considered my number 1 all-time favorite movie. This one, The Night of the Hunter. But I don't really think of it as a horror movie. It's like a gothic fairy tale. Yeah. It's kind of like Coraline. I don't know if you'd call that a horror movie, you know? It's sort of like in that realm of like it's spooky, but I don't know if it's like full out horror. Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting. And the other thing I wanted to share was that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Sight and Sound poll, does a director's poll as well, where they interview different filmmakers for their top 10 favorite movies of all time. And this movie received 5 votes from 5 different directors. And I just wanted to share what movie directors consider this one of the 10 greatest movies of all time. So first is Robert Morgan, who's like a horror guy. Yeah. Alex Ross Perry, who's a great documentary filmmaker. Okay. Apichatpong Weerasethakul, who's a filmmaker from Thailand and considered one of like the great one of the great just directors of like the 21st century. So it's crazy that he has this movie on his list because he makes like really mellow, like really reserved movies, like really quiet movies. Yeah. And he just loves Texas Chainsaw. Zach Kreger, who did Weapons and Barbarian. So it makes sense he loves this. And finally, Nicholas Winding Refn of Drive fame. So everyone that loves Drive, you gotta love Texas Chainsaw.
That feels so right.
Yeah, it really does.
With how gory Drive is, like, makes sense.
Yeah, like how intentional the sound and violence is in that movie. It really makes sense that guy would love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know?
Yeah, Drive is such a good movie.
That's such a good movie. Yeah, that's like
I'm not just saying that as a Ryan Gosling fan.
Yeah.
It's genuinely just a good movie.
It's a great movie. I think every film class I've taken has talked about that movie at one point. Like people love Drive.
Yeah.
If you teach a film class at NMSU, the 2 requirements are that you have to love Drive and Baby Driver.
Baby Driver is a good one.
They're good movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, they hype these movies up like so much. They're like, okay, I love these movies, bro, but let's get to some Api Chatpong Sepakul.
Yeah.
Let's get some of this stuff in the chat,
Like I really loved Ryan Gosling's jacket in that movie, but
Yeah.
if it wasn't just so corny nowadays to wear it, I definitely would.
Why not? Okay, you know what? Fun game. Okay, fun game. Ryan Gosling. Who would you cast him in this movie? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw?
Yeah, he's gonna be in the movie. Who are you putting? in?
Definitely Kenny.
Explain. Who?
Kenny.
Kenny? Okay.
Because like I feel like he's got that like suave feel to it and everything.
Okay.
So or either Kenny or the Hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker. Yeah, he does have like that little like freak thing. Like
He,
sometimes
he can be like creepy as hell.
He can access that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Chainsaw Man 2. Who would you cast Ryan Gosling as like voice acting?
Who is what devil is this? He's like I think he's like the disease devil. But
Oh, I think like the Violence Fiend is his name. I like
Violence Fiend.
yeah.
Yeah, with the like Black Death mask.
Mm-hmm.
He would do an amazing job at that.
I could see
Because
that.
like when he first is like introducing everything, he just like comes down with like a drop kick on Reze and
Mhm.
stuff, and he's just like, "Oh, that's all I got. All right, new plan. I'm running away." And like his high pitched scream would just like fit so well in there.
I can see that actually. Oh my god, it's probably better than my answer. Okay, I was thinking Aki honestly, because like,
Yeah.
dude, like that, like solemnness to him,
Yeah.
and he has like that capacity for emotion, but like able to genuinely care. But like,
Yeah.
he's so kind of strict and sincere.
Yeah, because like Ryan Gosling, in my opinion, he's like a way better like comedy actor than he is like a serious drama
honestly,
actor.
he's in a great part of his career. I think Ken might be my favorite performance of Ryan Gosling. He's so funny in that movie.
Yeah, he's amazing, but my top one's definitely Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
He was so good in
he's
that
really
movie.
good in that movie. I think. Yeah.
And that was one of his passion projects.
I think he's gonna get nominated for that movie.
I hope he does. He does
Okay.
an amazing job.
I'll go back to Oscars for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. None.
Really?
Obviously. Like, there's no way the Academy was ever going to touch this movie. Can you imagine, like, the 80-year-olds at the Oscars, like,
Yeah.
watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? But it still did really, really well. Like
Yeah.
I said, 30 million is nothing to, like, sneeze at.
And correct me, and I don't really watch any film awards or anything, but did Chainsaw Man get anything?
It did not.
That's disappointing.
The Oscars have like a thing about
Anime and stuff.
not anime necessarily,
Just animation.
but no, like anime sequels to TV series. They
Mm.
don't do like the TV show stuff.
So I'm never going to get like an award for Miraculous Ladybug.
Probably not. There is some people predicting that Demon Slayer could get nominated because it got nominated at the Golden Globes, but it missed the animated feature Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
We might at some point, with like it continues to get bigger and bigger, and
Yeah.
like they kind of can't have to ignore it,
Yeah.
you know. But they do nominate anime movies that aren't TV series, like Boy and the Heron won a couple of years ago,
Yeah, I remember that.
Mhm.
That was a great movie. Phenomenal.
and you know, K-pop Demon Hunters that one.
Dude, I hate that every time I go to the gym, I hear Golden at least once.
Really?
Yes, every time.
Not even. I like Golden Fine, but that's not even like the best song in the movie.
Yeah, and I can't walk into Crunch anymore without hearing it.
We're going. Oh, wait.
Shut up.
No, copyright. Copyright. I forgot.
I don't think you can get copyrighted if you sing it.
I'm sorry. Probably not. I'll start every episode like singing a song. Okay. Here's a funny thing. I forgot to. Did I tell you about like the breakdown of domestic to international for Texas Chainsaw? Did I mention
Yes. Yes.
it? Okay. Is this really? Yeah, it's funny. So,
Yeah.
it made 30.8 million domestically.
Yeah.
Then 40,000 internationally because it was banned everywhere else. Like so many places banned it. I think 2021 it was officially unbanned from Australia and Russia. We said, all right, I think we can finally handle this movie. But I get it. Like it's so funny that they watched this movie and were genuinely like, oh, it's definitely gonna get PG now.
Well, yeah, there is no cussing in it and everything. And there's no like direct violence and stuff. So
Yeah, when you watch the movie again with that in mind, you can honestly tell that they're
Yeah.
trying to keep it clean. But
Yeah.
like it's just so to its like core horrifying that like it's
Yeah.
impossible.
yeah, there's a don't remember if there was anything else that shocked me, but two notable like things that shocked me was the first kill scene and when she jumps out the window.
Oh my god.
Like I was like the entire time I was like, dude, just get on the roof. You're already up there. Those windows are not like strong. Just like go through it.
Mhm.
And then she actually does. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, like a movie character doing what I think they should do
Yeah.
in a movie.
Like they're actually trying to survive. What the hell?
Yeah.
And like when she was right into that house originally, I was like, oh, this can't be the same house. This looks clean. It looks like a normal house. Then she goes to it. Oh no, never mind.
Oh my god. I mean, it's so great. It's so
Yeah.
satisfying in its construction.
Yeah.
Because it really is just like so impressive how just the way they were able to get like such little dialogue. It's
Yeah.
just screaming. It's just her
Yeah.
at the top of her lungs screaming and the chainsaw coming after her. And it's one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah, and all the blowing the raspberries and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my favorite horror movie, I
Mhm.
think. It's not my favorite horror movie to rewatch necessarily.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can't like watch this movie like a ton. I think it'll
Yeah.
have a negative impact on my brain. But every time I watch it, I just really feel like it's the most effective horror movie I've ever seen. Like, and probably that will ever be made. Like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. It's over 50, and it's it's still as effective as it
Yeah.
was.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you paid this much attention in the dinner scene, but there was an armadillo on the table, right?
I think there was.
That's honest. If I remember correctly, because sometimes when I go to sleep, I'll like conjure up like an image I saw from like a movie or something or
Yeah.
anything. And like the dinner scene, and I remember seeing the armadillo in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It just like they don't say it, but just like the thought of like they're having that armadillo they showed in the first scene for dinner is honestly kind of funny to me.
I could see that. I mean, yeah, it is like a weird movie in terms of how it's like it is funny, but it's also incredibly horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Very political. It's just I don't know, it's kind of everything. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Probably the only movie in my all-time like top 10 that I could also never watch again and be fine with.
Yeah, I got that. It's definitely my favorite horror movie now.
It's so good. Yeah, I'm really happy I finally got you to watch it. It was really funny. People at home, every person I've talked to for the show so far, I've been like, oh, what movie do you want to like pick? It takes like a minute for like both of us because they say like, oh, I really need to think about it, and they get back to me in like a couple of days, and I'll come back with their recommendation to pair it with, and like a day after that as well. When I told Christian I wanted him on, he chose Chainsaw Man maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah. No, I was stuck behind that and Fight Club, to be honest.
Yeah. A very quick debate in your head, like Chainsaw Man, Fight Club, Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And then it took me like 2 seconds to be like, great, Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, chainsaw themed.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy, you know? And they don't have like a ton in common, like thematically, but I'm just happy that we got to talk about both of these movies because it was like, I will say, I said that like immediately without thinking about it because it's like Texas Chainsaw. It's like, oh, obviously, Chainsaw, boom. But after I said that, I got really nervous in my head because this movie like means so much to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's kind of crazy I'm doing this on episode 2.
Yeah.
You know? Like a movie that is like that important to me.
Yeah.
I'm so like relatively new to podcasting, but
I
I thought this went well.
I felt like that was a good direction to go in.
Yeah.
Choosing one of these movies that means so much to you on your second episode ever. I feel like that's a fantastic choice because you can talk about something so passionately. You warm up your podcasting skills, you know?
Yeah, I really think so too.
And if you're not that happy with it, you can always talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah, I'm always like keeping up the idea of like redoing like a redux and like 5
Yeah.
years. I like look back at it and like embarrassed by these old episodes. I'm like, oh man, I need to talk about The Devil Wears Prada again. Like I didn't do that movie justice.
Yeah, you gotta talk about that one again with Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was
Really?
good.
It was good?
I liked it.
Should I go see it or no?
If you liked the first movie, then I would see it. If you feel like nothing towards the second movie, you're probably gonna feel nothing towards this one.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Devil Wears Prada.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's something I feel like everyone
Yeah.
would like actually. It's weird.
Yeah, I remember I was listening to your first podcast and Matt was talking about how much he liked it. So
Yeah, and that was like something I've been nervous about for both of these episodes. Is like, what if the guest hates the movie?
yeah,
Especially this one, because like,
I feel like on a future episode you got to find a movie that I guess hates because that would turn into an amazing debate
yeah,
and something more interesting to talk about.
yeah.
Like, not saying that this isn't like interesting to talk about. It's really fun.
It could be interesting. Yeah, but it'll have to like just naturally happen. I can't
Yeah.
like choose these things ahead of time. You know?
Yeah.
No, this one specifically, I told my parents, I said like, oh, I'm gonna have Christian on. We're doing Texas Chainsaw. That was my pick. And he said, he's like gonna hate you. Like there's a solid chance. So like after the movie, he's like not gonna be your friend anymore.
That is never a solid chance. I've seen some pretty gory things.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like telling myself too. I was like, he's gonna be fine. At the same time, I was like, I hope he's like all right. I know he's gonna be like my friend still, but like I hope he's like.
I was so glad you put me onto this because like this is one of my favorite horror movies now.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Yeah, and every time you give me a film recommendation, it's always peak. I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, podcast going well so far. Introduce Matt to Devil Wears Prada and Christian to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
On a future episode, you got to talk about Poor Things.
Oh, I'm guessing I will.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's ones in my head where, like, I know what I would pair this movie with, but I just need someone to pick it. You know?
I feel like if you're down, I'm down to talk about it because, like, when I first time seeing it in theaters, it was so funny because, like, the scene where she's like doing
we'll get into it in the pod. Yeah. It's so crazy. We'll cover that one some point. I feel like whenever Josh is in town, maybe we could talk with him too. I have like a free chair.
Yeah.
I know he has a lot of strong feelings about that movie too.
Yeah, it's just funny because, like, seeing that movie, my girlfriend made me leave that movie, so I had to watch it. I had to watch that entire first, like, sequence all over again and everything. Not saying it wasn't interesting. No. Honestly, I enjoyed it, just like without the whole sex.
Yeah. If you've seen Poor Things, it's not a great date movie.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
How do you think Lorraine would handle Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
She's not the biggest horror film movie.
Okay.
She did not like Long Legs.
Okay.
Not because it was scary, but because she thought it was very underwhelming. But so I feel like Texas Chainsaw might be good with her, but I don't know. I'll have to watch it with her.
Yeah. If she like finishes it, like there's a chance that she might want to stop it.
Yeah. All the close-ups on the shoot. It's not Sally. Who's the other girl's name?
It was Pam.
Pam, yeah. There's a bunch of close-ups on her butt, so I feel like that's definitely going to drive her away.
Oh, that scene where she's like kind of being swallowed by the house.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's like one of the most famous shots from the movie.
Yeah, that shook me. That shook me bad.
It's so crazy, like that shot, and like they try to replicate it in all the other Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Yeah.
But every time they forget that they're supposed to make the house look bigger than the girl.
Yeah.
And they make the girl look bigger in the frame. They're like, that's not what makes the shot scary. It just looks like she's eating the house. It's not like...
And then it's so funny when they do a close up on the chicken.
Oh my God.
That's what took me out of being scared. I was like, dude, what the hell?
Okay, man. Okay. Any final closing thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
All I gotta say is, you give some pretty good recommendations.
I appreciate it. Yeah, well, we'll end it there. Next episode will hopefully actually be the Project Hail Mary and Sunshine one, but who knows? We'll figure this out as it goes along.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Luke Bugbee Show. Thank you to my guest. You've been a lot of fun. Gotta have you again sometime. This went really well. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great one.